So these are probably our top 5 to 10 questions that we get asked on YouTube about traveling full-time in an RV. Hey guys, my name's James.
And I'm Ashley.
Last year we sold our house and we're traveling across the country with our kids.
Hi, my name's Goose, and this is Maverick. Come join us!
What's up guys? So today we're going to be doing a Q&A style vlog. For, I don't know, I was going to say forever ago, we asked a bunch of you guys for questions. So we're going to answer some of those and yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yarp.
Alright, question number 1. How did your girls get their names? This was asked by Shelly YC11.
So, I just want to put this out there. Goose and Maverick are not their real names. Now, we get a lot of
hate?
It's not
questions,
hate, it's like questions
concern?
where people...
What kind of parents name their kids Goose and Maverick?
Apparently, like, people have decided that only crackheads name their children this. And it takes every fiber of my being not to sarcastically answer back. Because I guess nicknames aren't a thing for some people, which is totally cool.
5 years ago or so, roughly when we started doing YouTube, nicknames or not using your real child's name was a very, very normal thing. I would say there's more people doing that than not. For some reason, over the past 5 years, it's just become so commonplace to be a vlogger that people don't use nicknames for the kids. But we just felt together, we talked about this years ago, that until our kids get to the age where they at least understand what YouTube is and kind of the fact that anybody in the world can get online and watch them.
And just what it means to have their names out there.
Exactly. We wanted to give them a little bit of anonymity. So Goose is slowly approaching that age where she now understands what YouTube is. She now understands that people watch us and whatnot. And like, she's starting to wrap her brain around that.
Yeah.
But she's still not quite at that age where we're like, she understands the possible ramifications.
Mix two words together.
Probably.
Yeah.
Words don't come out so well. She's the teacher.
They don't always come out well for me either.
So that's why we still use nicknames for the girls.
Yes.
All right, question 2. How do you deal with washing Apollo frequently while boondocking? Our dog stinks. From Ronnie D. Rose. Washing the dog. Whether we're boondocking or not, we really don't wash him that frequently.
And I used to try and wash him like monthly. And
which for us is frequently.
Yeah. But I was honestly, and then I was like, it needs to be like every other week because he smells bad. And he's got pretty flaky skin. Like his skin reacts to a lot of things.
We even had like special oatmeal shampoo for him.
Yeah, like one of the vets that we went to recommended this stuff. Well, then we're talking to friends who are like, oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't wash your dog so much. And I was like, whoa, what? So, we don't wash him while we boondock. We will have the girls, sometimes I have Goose and Maverick take wet rags to him because they think it's fun.
I mean, thankfully, he's really not that stinky. I mean, he's got gas, but you can't wash away gas.
Woo! I mean, I tell you what, when we hear that, it's bad. It's bad. Guys, pray for us, because someday we might not wake up.
But unfortunately, you can't wash that. So the answer to your question is, we just don't wash them while we're boondocking, and we...
I thought you were just going to say we just don't wash them.
While we're boondocking, and to be realistic, we don't bathe them that often, even when we're at full hookups and that kind of thing. All right, next question from The Freedom Theory. What are your long-term travel plans? Is RVing forever, or are you looking for a place to settle roots or set up roots?
Well, we don't know.
We are so up in the air on things. We've had plans.
And it's crazy because I am a planner and I like to have everything down on the calendar and, there's a plan for everything. Let me schedule this. And apparently that's not as much me anymore.
Although you have gotten very used to, like, okay, we're going to travel south for the winter. And so we've got our very loose, outlines. But honestly, we said this when we first started. We're going to travel until we don't enjoy it anymore or until something else comes up that we want to try out. And until then...
Or until it obviously is, affecting our children in some way that is unforeseen right now. But as of right now, everybody seems to be enjoying it. So.
But on the counter thing, like, do you ever plan on setting up roots somewhere? Yes, we obviously at some point want to settle down. We don't plan on being RV nomads forever. But like, to coincide with that, we do want to get property eventually that we can call home, but still travel as much as possible, potentially still full time. We've even talked about when we have that property, living in the trailer and building something on it. There's so many different ideas that we've thrown out there. But no, we have no set concrete plans as far as like settling down anytime soon and stopping traveling. All right, next question from Leslie Marie. Where does your mail go? Anytime we need a physical address for anything, whether it be shipping stuff or whatever, we just have it sent to our parents' house. And that's like just a consistent, constant address that we don't have to worry about. That way, if we need something like that, we have it.
Okay, so Teresa Tillock. I always hate saying last names because I'm like, oh, I hope I don't butcher it. Did I see Apollo in the truck while traveling? Love seeing him in your videos. Did he finally get over the fear of being inside the truck? Oh, they have a Dane too. Oh.
Our blue Dane Toby says, hi to Apollo, love your channel. Blessings and safe travels, Teresa. Yes, he does ride in the truck.
He does. So basically when we started, we just kind of were playing everything by ear. The truck, riding inside of a pickup truck made Apollo nervous. We're not really sure why. He's never really liked riding in a car.
We even tried having him be in the kennel at the beginning because he used to love being in his kennel, but then that didn't work out.
So we let him be loose, and then it just seemed that on travel days he was just getting more and more hyped up, and I didn't really like that. So we just said, okay, you've got to get used to one thing or another. So I like having him in the pickup truck with us.
And on hot days when you're in the South, a lot of times, even if it's only 85 degrees out, it's like 95 in the trailer. So
the second it started to get over 75 outside, I would make James pull over. I'm like, we're putting him in. So it's just easier. Yeah. It's just easier to have him in the pickup truck. I love having him in there, minus the slobber sometimes.
He does dirty the truck a lot.
Yes, but I just like knowing that he's there and he's like safe with us. And so he's getting older, and so he just seems to be affected by everything a lot lately.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, when we started seeing that he was being affected by that, we're like, okay, let's try and get you used to the pickup truck, because that's where you're gonna be.
He was just getting stressed more in the trailer. Now, as Ashley said though, he is getting older, so getting into the truck, which is a pretty high truck, is getting difficult at times for him. So we have had some struggles with there, but overall, I think him being in the truck has just made his traveling more enjoyable, and we just want to make sure that he's not stressed out.
Like, there's been a couple of times where his leg has gotten caught, and
scary time.
Scared. And I can't take him out of the pickup because he weighs 150 pounds, and so the poor guy has to wait in the pickup truck till James can get him out, and he like lifts him up and takes him out just to make sure he's
like
safe.
Having a baby. Big old baby.
Big old baby.
All right, next question from Non-Rev. Hey, great video. Looks like a nice part. Question, I saw the Halo View camera setup. I also saw on Ray's Love Your RV channel that sometime back. How do you like it? Any hiccups? Do you use a secondary antenna, etc.? Yes, actually we did a whole install video. You guys can check it out right there if you want to, about the Halo View camera. Overall, I think it's been a pretty good camera, especially for the price. We have had some hiccups, which I've mentioned in the video, where sometimes the frame rate is really slow or just delayed by a couple seconds. So when you're going 70 down the freeway, it doesn't work very well as a review mirror a lot of the time, but for backing up, it's been great. Especially like the microphone feature when we need that for some reasons, when we're trying to communicate with each other, if we don't have cell service or whatever, or if we get the walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
So overall, I have really liked the camera. I have heard that there are some better cameras out there, like the Furrion ones, but I've also heard negative things about them. Like her father-in-law had one, and it just...
My father-in-law?
My father-in-law, her father, has a Furrion camera that just crapped out on him after like 6 months or something like that. So I have heard cons and pros about others, but overall, that's the only backup camera that I've used, and I think it's been a game changer.
Great.
I can't imagine not having one, to be honest.
All right, Chloe Fletcher says, my question is, how and where do you guys do your laundry? I imagine with 2 kids that the laundry piles up, and I'm so curious. Also, your family is the cutest, and I don't want to live in a 5th wheel. So, laundry. Yes.
A very real struggle with kids.
Yes, especially when Maverick was 7 months old and still spitting up everywhere.
So we don't have a washer-dryer combo thing like a lot of big RVs have. So we are reliant on laundromats and stuff like that. Ashley doesn't really do the laundry because
that was our deal.
It's just kind of something I've taken over. The main reason it started is because she didn't want to have her like anxiety stress about seeing some of these dirty laundromats, because some of them are a little questionable, but overall the majority of the places we've been to, laundromats aren't that bad, and we've been to campgrounds that have them, so whether you're at an RV park or a state parks even have them sometimes, but the best ones are when you can just go to a laundromat and do like 6 loads of laundry at once, and instead of that taking like all day to do that, even when you have like a sticks and bricks house, you can get that done in an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is real nice.
Yeah, I when we first started, I told him I would not be going to the laundromats because I didn't want to get stressed out by it. So it became his job, which has been nice. I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
But she does complain that I don't do as good of a job as she did.
Well, everything goes in the dryer.
I've learned that certain delicates don't go in the dryer.
You've learned it. But he still does it. Everything goes in the dryer.
All right, next question from Teresa. I'm not going to say your last name because I will butcher that. How do you manage checkups with the kids? Do you just take them in when you're back in Oregon? I imagine on the road you must use urgent care for illnesses. The nurse in me is curious. You want to take that one?
So on the road, yes, we always schedule a checkup when we get back to Oregon for the girls, and
I haven't been to the doctor in forever.
dentist, yes.
Yeah, dentist,
Yeah.
you just look up on the road, and I've been to many a dentist's. Dentist's. We use the Christian Healthcare Ministries insurance, so we don't have just your normal insurance provider, so we're not like locked into a certain Kaiser hospitals or anything like that. So we do have a list of providers that we can look up on the road. But yes, we do have our general family doctor that we see, once or twice a year when we go back to Oregon, so that way the girls and Ashley can always get their general checkups and whatnot.
Yeah, so basically we come back to Oregon at Christmas and in the summer. So I know that I can get a checkup if I need to at least twice. But if we need to do something on the road, yes, urgent care, or you can look up doctors. If you know you're going to be somewhere for a while or you know your next stop, you can call ahead. And if it's not urgent, you just make a appointment. You do your due diligence. That's a really weird phrase to try and get out. You do your due diligence.
Now, paperwork is a hassle for that because you have to fill out your whole history and all that. So
it's always nicer if you can do at home.
Yeah. But yes, that is what we do.
Yes.
R. Carey asks, how do you keep track and store of all your video? Actually, you can see right here, I have this little hard drive on the back of my laptop. Because I only have a 500 gig internal hard drive on my MacBook, it fills up very quickly with footage, especially with our 2-month delay, because we have 2 months worth of footage that is stored on there. So that's a 2 terabyte solid state drive that is USB 3.0, works super fast to edit straight off of it, and then I just organize it by date. And if I want to add more to it, I can, but it's just, for January 1st, 2019, it would be 01/01/19. And then it's all in chronological order, and that's how I go about it. Super simple, but works well.
Jam. Great video. Wondering how much time does it take you to prep to move from one place to another? Is most of what you have stationary enough to not move while traveling? I don't feel like it takes us a ton of time to prep. I guess it kind of depends if we're boondocking.
Actually, I guess
hooked up.
A great way to see how much time it takes us to get ready is this video right here where we raced Loftus Party of 6.
Oh my goodness, that is not a good example.
So
that
if you really want to see how quickly we can do it.
Like, if you were like, quick, the cops are coming or something, I don't know. Or like,
a tornado's coming.
Here comes mom, like, yeah, then that's a good example. But I mean, it just depends if we have hookups and all of that.
Yeah, if you're boondocking, it's going to be far faster because you don't have to worry about the sewer and the power and all that. It's just bringing in the slides. As far as your question goes, as far as like, do we have a lot of stuff that we have to put away, or is it all like locked down and stationary? The entire kitchen counter, all the knives and cutting boards, that all goes into the sink. But other than that, all the stuff on the walls and the rest of the shelves and all that, it's all locked down well enough that we don't really have to worry about it.
The thing in the, there's a couple things in the girls' room that we obviously have to take off, like the counters or off the walls if they're not locked down good enough, I guess, because they have fallen off. But otherwise, we've just kind of tried to make our life a little simpler and not have, and there's just not a lot of room to put decorations in this.
A little trick, if you are going to be doing decorations, things that you're going to put on countertops, if you use the 3M Velcro sticky stuff, you can use that to put them on there, and then it'll keep them from sliding around. You can easily remove that when you're done, or if you want to rearrange them, and that keeps you from having to take little knickknacks off shelves or whatever.
Yeah, you could totally put it on the bottom of something and just have the same placement for each thing you're using.
Yeah,
the end.
Okay guys, so that does it for today. We had way more questions to answer obviously, but we're just kind of went in order, so maybe we'll do another one of these Q&As in the near future. But if you guys have any more questions that you would like us to answer, leave them down below and we will get to them in the next video. But until next time guys, stay positive, get out there, life is an adventure,
So
make some memories.